Hey guys, Brandon Watson back again. I just want to make this video to kind of give some tips on picking your MOS or your job for the Army. The first piece of advice I would give would be to kind of have an idea of what it is that you like, what you would be interested in. Like for me, as you guys see in some other videos, I wasn't trying to do anything like infantry, scout, anything like that. I personally wasn't trying to do anything involving mechanics, fixing trucks, Humvees, even planes, helicopters, nothing like that. I don't want to do any kind of mechanic job. So I knew kind of things I was interested in. Paralegal was my first choice, or initially it was my first choice, but I found a better choice once I got the actual job list. I'm going to be a finance management technician, 36 Bravo, but if I didn't choose that, there were other things. I like also technology, so network, putting together the networks, computers, radio, doing that kind of a thing, IT, cybersecurity type stuff. So first tip is just know what it is that you're interested in, what area those kind of jobs fall into, even before you take the ASVAB. So once you do get a list of jobs, you'll have a better idea. Sorry if you're getting blinded from this car that's blinding behind me. And sorry for the darkness here. I just wanted to make this video before I forgot and got busy. So anyway, so know what you're interested in. Have an idea. You can have an idea. I didn't really know before I took the test, but it would be a good idea, a suggestion, to kind of know where you need to score on the ASVAB for that particular area. Like, if you're going infantry, you don't have to worry about getting a high score. You just need to pass the test with a passing score, 31 I think it is now. Some of the other like artillery type jobs may need a little bit of higher score, but if you're interested in like a crypto linguist or something like that, you're going to need a pretty high score on the ASVAB. So you know how much more you're going to need to prepare for that. Secondly or thirdly, I don't know what it is now, but after you take the ASVAB, if the score that you got did not qualify you for the types of job you wanted, I would recommend, as much as it sucks, I would take it again, do some more studying, bulk up in the areas that you needed to get higher score on, but I would take it again, and not just settle for the score that you had in the list of jobs that you got. Some people are trying to get it done and processed as soon as possible. Hopefully you're not in that situation. If you are, I understand, then you just got to go with what you got. But you have some time. Like for me, it's not really a big rush. What is it now? October, getting to the end of October. They're not really shipping anyone out until around January, they said, or they told me. But I'm not really trying to leave until at least March, April-ish, so I got some time. I wanted to do RSP a few times before I shipped off, but if not, that's no big deal. But sorry, I'm trying to get some of this glare off of here. But yeah, so if you're not in a rush, then definitely take the test again to try and get the kind of score that you need for your job. I would even recommend going on to your state This is for the Army National Guard, FYI. Going onto your state webpage, mine's the PA Army National Guard. And seeing what careers, what jobs slots are open in your area, that kind of give you an idea of what's available. Yeah, that makes sense. Then seeing what jobs are available in your area will give you an idea of what jobs are available in your area. So there may not even be anything open right now that you'd be interested in. So, and sometimes it just gives like a vague category as to what the type of job is. So, it might be like communications, but not saying what the specific area of communication is. So, just getting a feel for what's open in your area. Like I said, I wanted paralegal, and I saw that there were no paralegal openings in the state, so I had to switch it up. But yeah, so have an idea of what you want. Have an idea of what score you need to get on the ASVAB. Take the ASVAB. If you don't get the score that you want, take another ASVAB test until you get the score that you need. Seeing what jobs are available. After that, after you take the ASVAB and you get the list of jobs that are available, again, this is for people that are taking the ASVAB before they go to MEPS and plan on swearing in. I don't know why any recruiter would encourage their potential recruits to take the ASVAB and MEPS all at the same time. I was talking with my wife. She's like, "Why would anybody do that?" I'm like, I don't know. It just sounds like a bad recruiter to me. But I guess if you don't really care, or if you know that you're if you know that you're going for infantry and you just need to get that minimum score, then it's no big deal. But if you really want to pick an MOS that's going to suit you and you're going to enjoy, especially if it's going to be something you're doing for the next 4 years of your life, 4, 6, 8 years of your life, or career, whatever, till you retire, and then you probably want to pick something that you're kind of interested in, that you like. So anyway, off on a tangent. But yeah, this is for people that are taking the ASVAB prior to the whole medical portion of MEPS and swearing in. So take the ASVAB, see what list of jobs you have. Have to choose from, and if your job's not on there, then if it's because your score wasn't high enough, take the test again. If the job just wasn't available, then you have two other options. You can either just pick from the list of jobs that are on there. Sorry, my finger's in the video there. Pick from the list of jobs that are available, or you can wait. Your recruiter's going to try and get you to pick a job, right there, right then, the next couple of days. But what he's probably not going to tell you is that list is always changing, like every week. When I initially got my list, it was separated into two categories. There was the jobs that were over 30 days and jobs that were under 30 days. And every week the list updates as to what jobs are available. Someone may have retired this week in the diagnostic imagery, so now there's a slot open for the next week. So you never know when the slot's going to open up that next week. So if there's nothing that you want to do on that list, don't pick a job from that list. There's nothing that says you have to. He just wants, he or she, they're trying to get you processed, to get you through, and get you enlisted, so they can pretty much wipe their hands with you. Not that they're all like cold-blooded like that, but you need to make sure that you're taking ownership of your life, of your career. You know, they're there to guide you as to the steps, but you know, your biggest advocate has to be yourself. You have to know what it is that you want somewhat, and don't allow yourself to be swayed to do something that you don't want to do. If you're interested in technology, don't let them sign you up for finance. If you're interested in human resources, don't let them sign you up to be a mechanic. You know, or don't let them convince you that, you know, that's all there is right now, so you may as well sign up to be a mechanic, even though you don't want to be. That doesn't make any sense. You know, if you have the time, wait. If you don't have the time, you can settle. Again, I'm not one to settle, so that's just me. So lost my train of thought. I always get off on tangents and stuff. This car needs to go. Hold on, people. Poor driving is one of my big pet peeves, just so you guys know. You know, I tell people, it's helped a few people learn how to drive. People are in the car with me, it's like, driving is easy. The worst part about driving, the hardest thing about driving is adapting to bad drivers. There's a lot of bad drivers out there. But anyway, back to tips for picking your MOS. Yes, don't settle. Again, even if you take the test and, you know, do the whole ASVAB and MEPS together, if that you get that list and there's not anything on that list that you want, you don't have to sign in that day either. You know, you'll get pressured. You know, they'll try and push you to do it that day, but you don't have to swear in that day. You know, you may have invited your family, told them, you know, it's getting ready to be that time, but after you get the medical clearance and, you know, you sit down with the liaison, you go over, you know, you see your list of jobs and you're picking out the ones you want. If there's nothing on that list, my biggest piece of advice is, if there's not something on the list that you want to do, don't pick it. You know, they'll tell you about, you know, after 6 months you can switch and yada yada yada, but I personally don't want to bank on there being something open in 6 months that I want to do. You know, and this is after taking the however long AIT training for that MOS, going through the whole thing, and then switching jobs. You know, that's not something that I'm interested in doing. I want to pick the job that I want the first time, get my training done, and try and advance in that area, not have to switch over to another area. That's what my recruiter actually did. He went in as a mechanic, I think it was, and then he switched over to finance once he was trained. You know, if you do switch, apparently you don't have to take it. You do like a shortened version of AIT. So, like the finance is 9 weeks AIT, and he said when he switched, instead of the 9 weeks, they had to cram everything into the 5 weeks to get it done. So, if you do it, that's the only good thing, pretty much, is you don't have the same length of AIT training for it, but at the same time, that may also be a bad thing, because what we got 12 or 9 weeks to learn, you have to learn that in 5 weeks. So, however you want to take that, good or bad, it is what it is. EWeTV@gmail.com. At me. But yeah, so that is pretty much what I got for you guys. Again, just to review, have an idea of what the different areas of jobs are in the military. Know what you're interested in, whether it be IT, mechanics, infantry, medical job, whatever it is. Have some kind of idea. Know what it is, generally what kind of score you're going to need on the ASVAB, and take your ASVAB, study accordingly, check out your list of jobs after you take the ASVAB. If your type of job is not on there because of your score, retake the ASVAB. If it's just not available in your state, that's another story. If it's not available in your state like it was in mine, I would just suggest trying to find a different job that you may be interested in, which is what I did. And again, don't settle if it's not available at that day. Don't feel pressured to sign in or to swear in if you find your list of jobs doesn't have what you want at MEPS. And even once you're talking with your recruiter, don't feel pressured to take a job that you don't want. They may not like it at the time, but if they have someone that's taken all the steps in the process and they see is interested in joining the Army National Guard, they're not going to want to stop talking to you. They're going to want to work with you, continue to work with you, because they get paid when you sign up. So they're not trying to get you out of their hair. So just let them know, I'm not interested in these jobs. Let me know what comes available. Next week, call in, check in, see if some new jobs are available. Maybe next month. I heard the beginning of the month, the most new jobs become available. That's when the list changes the most. So if it's mid-month when you